M0FXB Hamtech, and on another dog walk today. We've got an aeroplane flying over as we talk. Quite often I'll film these planes and I'll just post it on my channel and call it Hamtech Plane Spotting. Why not? Just for the fun of it. So Mazzy has got herself a stick, which she loves. So what have I been doing this morning? I tend to wake up about, well, my wife wakes me up, to be honest, 6:30, which I'm fine with because it sort of gets the day started. Off she goes. She works at a school. She's a learning support assistant with children with special needs, and she's like, literally, like, my wife is like Mary Poppins with these children, and she's just as beautiful as well. Lucky me. So this morning I got up, I had a couple of things I wanted to tinker with. Had this very small adapter. I will be making videos on it. It's not even the size of a big matchbox, and it does two things. One, if you're listening to airband, it amplifies the signal. Okay, it's got two SMA connectors on it. Two, it will down convert. So let's just say my favorite frequency here up near Bristol Airport is 133850, and I constant activity, and I can also pick up the ground crew and everything as well. So if you've got HF radio like a Zygu X6100, you can't get airband. You can get broadcast, you can't get airband. You can with the 200 model. And you know, I've got the G106 lately. It's quite sunny here today. You'll see it glaring. There's Mazzy. Bring it, Mazzy. Mazzy, bring it. Come on, bring it. I'm going to bring it. So anyway, so what you can do, you can connect this tiny little device which has a built-in battery to your HF radio. And so if I was going to listen to this, the one I've got down converts by 110 megahertz. They do another model which is 100. I'm not sure why they do that, but anyway, £22 delivered from AliExpress. And so I could type in, say, 110 off of 133.850 is, I think, 23.850, and I could listen to HF. So I've been tinkering with that this morning to see if I can get it working, and I'm still trying to get it working. And then the other thing, I had this USB-C adapter, which is a fiver, USB-C to HDMI, that you can connect to your phone, but also you can connect to your drone remote control, and you can send it to a big screen. So I've been tinkering with that. So what I tend to do is, before I fall asleep, which is around midnight, I think, by the time I fall asleep, I tend to just think about my different interests of the day, and that I didn't have time to make a video on. And so in my head there'll be 2 or 3 things. I'll fall asleep with them, and when I wake up, I'm pretty energized to go down. I walk into my shack, and then I'll grab the items that I've decided to start making videos on that day, and I'll just start doing it. Yeah. And what tends to happen is I'm also reading the messages that I got from America, because, you know, when I'm asleep, America's watching my videos, and it's a lot of, you're talking 50,000 views overnight. Yeah, so it's a lot of videos. So I get a lot of questions, obviously from the UK as well, and so I'm responding to them, and they do tend to take me in a completely different direction, which is fine. I'm not complaining. I really like doing it. So this is pretty much how I tick, and that is, I'm answering I try to answer every single question with a short reply or with or linking video. But a lot of the time people will say, oh, you've made that video, you've put in the links to the software, but it doesn't work. So I'm updating the links, and I'll do that because I'm always thinking I need to be helping these people like me as much as possible, because I know how it feels when you're trying to get something working, and it can be really, really frustrating, especially with code plugs, software. If you're trying out things like FT8, I mean, and you've got an older radio and you're using a special adapter that allows you to have a sound card on WSJ-TX FT8, well, sometimes you can spend a whole day on it and it'll drive you crazy. And there's lots of different settings. There's another plane there. Oh, it's a nice one, that one as well. Oh, missed that. Yeah, gutted at that. I liked, because I'm always filming planes like EasyJet and Ryanair, those kind of planes, but I like to get the unusual ones that have got propellers and things that you don't see every day, and the small privately owned ones, they're the ones that are fascinating. So this field is about 1 acre in size. It's quite an unusual field because of the views that it's got in every direction, and they're completely different than you'd expect. And there's Mazzy there. So this bit has got lots of houses, and it sort of goes quite low. Mazzy, what you got? You going to show us? Go on, what you got? You want me to kick it? Got my boots on today, and I grabbed this hat. It's probably my wife's hat. I don't care. I have no shame in what I wear. I'll scrub up if I'm going to a wedding or something. Then I'll dig out the suit. Otherwise, it's just jeans, tracky bottoms, and the nearest hoodie. So way up this hill now. You got the sun coming through, that's why you get that glare. So from here, even though we're surrounded by trees, if you go that way and kept going, you'd actually end up in France, then Spain. If you go this way, you'd actually end up in Ireland, then New York. So it's fascinating. So this way, you'd end up in Scotland, then I suppose Norway and the North Pole. This way, Bristol, and you can't see it because all the trees are in the way. Bristol, London, across to all the way to Ukraine and Russia, believe it or not. And so it's a fascinating location. It's very high. This direction, you can actually see the sea. If you're standing in a certain low part, you can see the sea, which is the Bristol Channel, and if you keep going you see Wales. So anyway, just to finish up now really, but so when I walk into my shack and there are several items that I'm interested in, well, just being in the shack inspires me as well. Oh, what if I put that radio with this radio, or try that radio with this adapter, this hotspot, and sometimes there'll be something in front of me. I'll put 2-3 things together, just not intentionally, just because I'm testing these two. But when I see them together, I'm like, oh my god, that's a really interesting video. And then I'll suddenly make the video, and I don't prepare at all really. I try and tidy up a bit. I'll put them out. There's no intro, there's no end. I'm not knocking intros, but I haven't got time to make intros and to edit my videos, because I've got 10-15 ideas a day in my head that I need to just get them done, because if I don't, I keep thinking about them, so I just make them. Yeah, it's a hobby, and I'll say bye for now. 7-3.